This is A's Cast Live, your comprehensive look at the Athletics.
Leaping at the wall and scores! A towering drive into center field by Rooker.
And 29 other MLB clubs.
A judgy blast. All rise. Here comes the judge.
Swung on, hit high, hit deep to right, away back into the second deck.
Bobby Witt Jr. becomes the first shortstop in Major League history to have two 30-30 seasons.
Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
Join us as we take you inside the baseball universe, from humidors to walk-off dingers to Hall of Fame talk. We have you covered. Spend your afternoon with us, only on A's Cast Live. Here's Chris Townsend.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of A's Cast Live. We have a phenomenal show. Two of my absolute favorites are going to join us today. A guy that I believe will be a manager in Major League Baseball. I believe he'll be a very successful manager in baseball. I think he is a budding star when it comes to a baseball mind. Bobby Crosby, former Rookie of the Year for the Athletics, first base coach, outfield coach. Bobby's got a talent. Bobby's got a talent to deal with people. Whenever you talk to any of our young players who played for him in Midland, they all just rave about what he's done for them and their careers. Let's face it, Bobby Crosby is the kind of leader that you want to run through a wall for, not because he's just there kissing your behind. The guy who's going to be toughest on you is going to be Bobby Crosby. He is that teacher that you had that was so tough on you but got the best results, and you loved him for it. That's why he's going to make a great manager. And he's learning so much from his time managing in the minor leagues, now to being an outfield coach, being the first base coach. You know, who knows? Maybe he'll do more stuff with the infield someday, but he's just gathering all the information, because at some point, whether it's with the Athletics or somebody else, he is going to be a manager in big league baseball. He's going to join us at 5:45. And then the guy that I always call my favorite player, I still have high hopes for him. I once said he's the next Ryan Sandberg, which was very high praise. But when you look at the size, you look at the speed, you look at the ability, and he's finally back. Zack Gelof is going to be on set here. So we got Zack Gelof, we've got Bobby Crosby, and then we will do Hot Take Tuesday today. Is Johnny going to be able to make it?
Yeah, he said he claims he'll be here. He gave me his bro. I got to host a pregame show, so he'll be down here.
He hasn't figured it out after what game are we on? 90-something? 90? What is it?
90. This is game 93.
He hasn't figured out how to do a half-hour show yet in 90-something games. It's not that hard.
It is the big leagues, as you know.
For Hot Take Tuesday, I mean, I can't have the Yankees won't win the World Series, because that's just my ongoing hot take every year. So I will just bring that back to remind everybody. It's been my hot take since what? We started Hot Takes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Actually, it was a hot take before we started Hot Takes. I got angry one time.
But because it was the Yankees and how many home runs they hit and leading baseball.
They were bringing up, the last time the Yankees had this record, the Yankees won the World Series, and it was like, 10 times. Right? These baseball notes, it's done by Yankee fans. The baseball notes are done by Baseball Network, MLB Network. Where's MLB Network?
Secaucus, New Jersey.
It's done in New Jersey. And who are they all fans of?
The Yankees.
So the notes that we get about all the teams, whenever the Yankees start doing well, they start bringing out the last time the Yankees hit this many home runs, they won the World Series in 30, 37, 38, 40, 40. And it's like stuff that pertains to nothing going on with this team. And they just inundate you with this Yankee crap. And one day I had enough. And I went on a limb, and one of our old broadcasters was a Yankee fan. And I was like, you know what? They're not going to win the World Series. And I guarantee it. I went Mark Messier. Oh. I went Joe Namath, speaking of former New York Ranger and New York Jet. I said, I guarantee they won't win it. And I've been guaranteeing it ever since. I'll do it again today.
I think the clock that Michael's playing is the clock ticking on Aaron Boone's tenure in New York. Oh, wow. Too soon? Or
wow. And then I'll throw out the hot take again. The Brewers will win.
You should have saw Pat Murphy's quote today about the Miz, how he's just he's a gooey guy, and you got to love him for that. The quote he had about Jacob Mizorowski, how everyone's still getting to know him. He's a gooey guy. It was an all-time quote.
A gooey guy?
Yeah,
mean like he's a glue guy?
No, a gooey. It was something like he's referencing like a cookie, I believe. Let me see if I can find the quote.
Wow, everybody seems to be a great guy when you're 6'7" and throw 100+ miles an hour, and you got nasty stuff. Hell, you'd even look good, Cody, at 6'7", throwing.
He's just broken the shell, man. He's just out of the egg, arms and legs. He got gooey stuff coming off him. He's something special. That's Pat Murphy, manager of the Milwaukee Brewers of the National League Central.
It is amazing the moronic stuff that is accepted and said in our sport. He's a baseball guy. I mean, baseball
professional hitter.
People say the dumbest stuff, and they do it year after year. Look at the back of the baseball card. They say the dumbest stuff and get away with it. Yeah, it's the big leagues, whatever. You tell Pat Murphy I'm picking against him again. But that will not – those will be my traditional. I will have a new hot take for today. And it's not going to be Jacob Wilson's going to be the MVP of the All-Star game.
Well, who had that one? That wasn't mine.
You guys will all have your cheesy. I got one. It's going to challenge y'all again today. I gave you DeGrom last week will be the big name traded, the big name pitcher. Not Paul Skeens.
ESPN wants him traded. That's all they keep writing about.
Skeens, it's going to be. I thought interesting going into today. What time are we doing Gelof?
We can do because Johnny's coming at 5:15. We can do Gelof at 5:30.
Okay.
Drive time audience.
I thought it was interesting just to look. Now, obviously, the Atlanta Braves either are or top 3 most disappointing team in baseball this year.
I think that's a very foul. I think they might be the most disappointing. You could go them or the Orioles, but I think it's them.
Would you say that the Orioles didn't have – we knew the Orioles didn't have the pitching anyway, and they had lost Burns, they'd lost Santander. I get you thought they were going to be competitive. Yes, disappointment. But Braves were talked about being the World Series champion.
Yeah,
there were people who thought the Braves will be the team that wins in the East despite Soto going to the Mets, despite still what the Phillies had, that Acuna was coming back, Strider was coming back. The Braves were the team to beat. And there were some people that said this, and I remember they said this to us in Dallas at the winter meetings, that some people believed that the Braves were the team that could take down the Dodgers. And that was it 2 years ago they almost did? Yeah,
and I was looking at PECOTA beginning of the season because they project what teams are going to do. They had the Braves winning 92 games. The Braves right now are, what is their record? They are 39-50.
They have dropped 9 of their last 11, scoring no more than 1 run on 6 occasions during that stretch. They can't hit. They haven't been very good. They got off to a bad start, got hot. I bought into it. Remember, one of my hot takes was they'd win the East.
They started 0-7.
Yeah, I bought into it, but they've just collapsed, and that hot take is not going to look good. They've lost 4 in a row, but it got me thinking. Since we just saw Matt Chapman, we're going to see Matt Olson. We're going to see Sean Murphy. I made sure I looked up what Marcus Semien was doing, and I think about who the core was of 2018, 2019, 2020. Throwing our guy, Chad Pinder, who's now managing in the minor leagues. Road Trip Mike just went down and saw him. So, Chi, all the best to you. We got to get him on the show. Tell him we get him on the show.
Yeah.
Love all those guys, but I'm like looking at where they are now and the young crew. We call our young guys, they call themselves the young crew. I would not trade that. And I know that's a homer take, you work for the A's. Yeah. If you take away my employment and you just said, okay, these guys now into the future of what you used to have versus what you have now, I don't know how anybody in baseball would not pick. Okay, you got Nick Kurtz, you got Lawrence Butler, you got Jacob Wilson, you got Tyler Soderstrom, you got Denzel Clark. I mean, you got Max Muncy, you got all these different guys. You got Gelof, you got Bolte, who's coming up, you got Morales, who is coming up, you got Gage Jump, who's coming up. You got all these guys, got Jack Perkins, you got all these guys versus what you used to have. I don't know how we wouldn't say you take what you got now than what you – now, if you said you're crazy, I'll take those guys. But if you've looked, Marcus Simeon's not having a great year. Matt Chapman is what he is. Sean Murphy's not having a great year. I don't know how you wouldn't say you would take what you got now.
Yeah, I'm with you because remember back then, if you look at who we, obviously the core with those guys, they were young. And then if you were talking about who's in the system coming, the guys we kept talking about were AJ Puck and Jesus Luzardo are the guys coming that everyone was so fixated on. Now we're talking about the guys that are here and Wilson and Kurtz and the guys that are coming like Colby Thomas is here, but Bolte and Gage Jump, who's going to be in the Futures game, Tommy Tanks, who's also in the Futures game. So the future for the Athletics is very bright right now. And I think right now you definitely take what you have now over what the core was before because, yeah, those teams are good, but unfortunately they won one playoff series.
You know what? We need Dan O'Dowd. Dan O'Dowd, our resident GM, MLB Network, who we have so much respect for, a friend of the program. He would be a great guy to break it down because he's as honest, or he will give you his honest opinion. There is no question. I think
I'm going to get a chair for Johnny.
What, just Johnny? Johnny D's here. Johnny D's spilling on himself. So don't get your coffee on me. Johnny D's job for the rest of the season is to find out how to get us good coffee. And I don't mean like regular good coffee. I mean like just like you wake up, like it smells so good. Like I want to walk into the Johnny D's room in the Johnny Doskow press box broadcast room. And what do we call it? Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, it's not John Doskow Memorial Press Box.
Well, not Memorial yet.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah.
Someday it will.
Yeah.
Is it the Johnny Doskow press box or broadcast room?
No, not yet. Maybe
Should
someday,
be.
Someday, maybe.
Brought to you by Zach Rudy.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, we need like a legit coffee machine.
We do.
Who in Sacramento or West Sacramento can hook us up with like a great coffee
I don't know.
machine?
We need it though because we got to have.
Contact us, please.
Please.
C. Townsend at athletics.com.
Absolutely.
C. Townsend at athletics.com. If you have any way, if you're listening on any of our channels, if you're listening on, well, even from Vegas, even if you're 95.5 KWNR FM, the Bull HD2 can help us. Of course, 650 KSTE.
Anybody.
If you are in coffee and can help us.
Yes.
How can you help
business,
us? Contact
please.
me, C. Townsend at athletics.com.
Cappuccinos, espressos, dark roast pour-overs, whatever. We just need good coffee. So, yes, nice work.
And I'm not high maintenance. I'm an Americano guy. I mean, it's basically just get some espresso and put some water on it. And I'm ready to rock.
Right. We need that though. We got to have it.
What's your order of choice?
I'm a dark roast pour-over guy. Just no cream, no sugar, just dark roast. Get the beans, pour the water.
The drip?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sort of. I mean, pour-overs are different. I mean, they're a little more.
Is that what is it called a pour-over?
Yeah. I get them everywhere I go. I get them. I love them. Yeah. I like the darker roast, the better. I like the dark roast. Yeah.
Commander?
I just started drinking coffee within the last year or so. I'm more of a cold brew kind of guy.
Cold brew can be really strong. I found out because it.
You found out the hard way. Huh?
Well, no, I haven't had it, but they've taught because I am a warm liquid person.
Yeah, I'm a WLP too.
I like tea. I don't like my stuff cold.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I never used to drink coffee. That was my parents' thing. My wife loves coffee. Well, I mean, she works nights, so she has to stay up on caffeine. If it's not that, it's Celsius. So I just started doing the cold brew, and it's fine. I used to go for the Frappuccino, but that's when I was unhealthy. So now that I'm a little more healthier, I go cold brew, but I do get the cold foam, so that's still unhealthy. So I have a good blend of unhealthy and healthy when I drink coffee.
Doctor told me don't be drinking Celsius, by the way. And I'm like, oh, really?
Come on, Doc. You can't give me that?
I gave up booze years ago. Now you want me to give up caffeine?
What do you want from me?
What are we talking about,
Doc?
Wasn't it sparkling water, too, they said not to drink? I mean,
that was for my throat. I mean, it was like, now I can't drink. I can't drink coffee, can't drink sparkling water. I quit alcohol years ago. It's like, what can I can consume water.
You can have water.
Thanks. Thanks.
Maybe. H2O.
All right, so, Johnny, I think at this point, the time of the year is when I have to bring out my oldies but goodies, and they stand for every year.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not for actually this one. I've said it for years. Yankees will not win the World Series.
Yeah.
Book it. I've said it for years.
Yeah.
bank on it. It's not happening.
Mark the tape, as we used to say.
I've been saying it for years. I've been right every. They haven't won since 09.
I know. Yeah, you've been right.
They were
every
lucky
year.
to get last year. They are not going. All right. Brewers are not going to win the Central.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to throw those out. Those are just standards.
Standard hot takes are going to be every year.
Standards going to be hot takes.
Yep.
Like me saying Rooker was going to be in the home run derby. It's going to have that hot take every year. Doesn't matter when. Until it finally comes true, it doesn't
will
matter.
happen. Well, so what is your? Are you?
Well, I'm not starting with that. I'm starting with it just to let everybody. Wait, do we have our hot take open? Let's go.
Every once in a while, you hear a really good sports hot take.
Mark this and remember what I told you. The Yankees will not win the World Series.
The Astros will go 17-8 in the month of June, which will propel them to a top, pretty close to a top, the AL West.
Paul Skeens will pitch in the Major League Baseball All-Star Game this season.
Then you hear some really bad hot takes.
The St. Louis Cardinals are going to win the NL Central. Book it.
Angel Hernandez retiring is bad for baseball.
Aaron Judge will not record a hit this weekend against the A's.
Well, on A's Cast Live, all takes are hot takes. It's time for Hot Takes Tuesday with Chris Townsend, only on A's Cast Live.
All right, so we've established once again it's in the open. It's always out. It's death taxes, and the Yankees won't win the World Series.
Right, 16 years running.
So I'm just telling you, right?
Yep.
I've called that since what? 2021, I think it was.
1 or 2, yeah, somewhere around there.
I've been calling it. Yankees. No, they're not. They stink. Brewers won't win.
That's not true.
No, it is true. He's playing the Sounders, the Mike Gundy. It's not true. Remember that? I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm 40.
It's the best.
Get your facts straight.
That's one of the best rants
Get your
ever.
facts straight.
Who wants to lead off today?
You go ahead.
Mine's not going to be. Mine's going to be a long. It's going to be like your Rafaela take.
Oh, come on. Your
What
takes in the last few weeks have been terrible.
No, all right.
Yes, they have been
What
terrible.
do you got?
I'm just going to cut right to it. Manny Machado will be the third member of the San Diego Padres to reach the 3,000 hit club.
You're counting Dave Winfield?
No, he played playing as a Padre at the time, getting 3,000 hit.
Ricky Henderson.
Tony Gwynn and Manny Machado. I was also going to say he's going to be the 8th member of the 3,000 hit, 500 home run club as well.
I just saw the 2,000 hit, 350 home run club.
Yeah.
It's like Mickey Mantle by age 32. Yeah. It's like Mantle, May. I mean, the list is like, wow.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
I am not a Manny Machado.
You're not a Machado guy. Nope.
It's like because he threw the bat at Donaldson, or
there's my guy Donaldson. There is so much to not like about him. If you know people that played with him around him in Baltimore, San Diego, there's a reason he went to the Dodgers, and then the Dodgers with all the money went, yeah, we want no part of that anymore. And then the Padres overpaid him at $300 million. Dodgers were like, we've seen that act. But with all that said, he's going to be a baseball Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Not a Hall of Fame guy.
It's funny. We'll segue because my hot take is about the Hall of Fame too.
So what is your hot take?
I think he's going to be the third. He'll be the third member playing for the Padres to get 3,000 hits.
That's 10 years from now.
That's why I said it's a Rafaela take.
It's not 10 years from now, but it's pretty.
It's like 8. It's like 8.
What does he
it's
have?
like 8 years.
How many hits do you have right now?
Like 2,000.
2,000. He just got 2,000.
Got
He
2,000
needs
right.
1,000 more hits.
That's right. Just got 2,000.
So how many?
He needs to average like 180 hits over the next 8 years or something to do it.
Barring and remember, oh my God.
Not 180.
No, it's 100
years.
Yeah,
No,
that's
not right.
No,
but you got to remember
130, something like that. I don't know.
Just remember, now he's going to be heading into his late 30s. So if you don't think there's some IL stints in there coming, if you think he's going to be pounding out,
sure
I think he will get to 3,000 hits. I just think it's going to take a while.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to be talking about your hot take in many years. So, yeah.
We might be retired by this happens.
What happens first? Saturday, Rafaela wins the MVP.
Oh, he's going to. He's going. I stick by that. I stick by that hot take. My hot take, Towny and Commander, is, and I have an argument with Feldy and I go at it on this one.
Oh, wow.
We argue about this one. I argue with a lot of people on this.
Does it get physical or what kind of argument?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Could.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think this guy's got 400. It's Braves related. This guy has 434 home runs and 10 Gold Gloves. And I think Andrew Jones this year in 2020, the next Hall of Fame ballot
that'd be 26.
26. He is going to get the percentage is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Andrew Jones is going to get there. He is going to get there. He deserves to be there. He needs to be there. He's not there. 254 career hitter, and did he fade at the end? He did. He's a Hall of Famer. If Scott Rowland's in, Andrew Jones is in. That's my hot take.
62.7 career WAR. He has the threshold.
I just don't understand why he doesn't get more love. Why doesn't he get more love?
I think it's ridiculous.
Right? I don't get
Andrew
it.
Jones is the best defensive center fielder maybe ever. Ever.
He can't get the votes. I don't
This
get
guy,
it.
I mean, with all due respect to Willie Mays, Andrew Jones is one of the great, if not like if we had metric, like Andrew Jones is one of the great defensive outfielders
No
ever.
question.
There's Andy hit bombs.
So you may say, Towny, you might say,
Andy played in the playoffs a ton.
Towny, you might say, Doskow, is that even a hot take? It is because he hasn't got the votes
It's
yet.
crazy.
So
It's
anyway,
crazy.
this next year he's going to get in. He's getting the Hall. That's my hot take.
Throwing in my guy Dale Murphy too.
Right, he should be in too. 398 career home runs in that era. What he did,
Yeah.
2-time MVP. Yep.
Yeah.
He got 66.2% last year, so he needs to get another 9%. 8.8%
It's
to get
ridiculous.
it.
10 Gold Gloves in the
Come
outfield, and over
on.
400 home runs, and
Yeah.
you're not.
Do the
And
right
as you
thing.
said, what's his WAR?
62.7.
Yeah, come
Do
on.
the right
What
thing.
are we doing?
Do the right thing.
And a 1,200, almost 1,300 RBI.
What is the knock on him? What do people say?
You know what it is? It's his
Because
last.
it's not PEDs.
Because post 30, he was so injured. The 30 to 34, his numbers just faded. And, and 254 career hitter.
You know
too.
what? I'm also gonna. I'll also throw it out here because
Yeah.
it happens in the NFL because it really happened with the Raiders. Is you start getting so many guys from one organization in, so people get fatigued. Voters don't like to admit it, but you start getting fatigued. Like, look out, we put in Maddox, put in Glavine,
Smoltz.
put in
Yeah,
Smoltz.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we start
Chipper.
put in Chipper.
Yeah,
Bobby
Like,
Cox.
You start having
Interesting.
fatigue
That's
for a
interesting.
certain
Wow, I didn't
organization.
even think about that. I didn't think about that.
So all of a sudden, like, now we're going to put – so, like, if Andrew Jones did this for pick a team, the Brewers, he'd
Right.
probably be in already
Gotcha.
because you'd be like, oh, well, he was a star. But when you're a star on a team of a ton – it's like some of the Yankees. It's like you could really make – it's like how's Bernie Williams
How
not
was Posada, Brent
Yeah.
Williams? Like that makes no
– How
sense.
about Paul O'Neill?
Yeah, I
Paul
know.
O'Neill won a World Series with the Reds, too, and he had really good numbers.
I mean, we can even make the case. I think you can make a pretty good case for Andy Pettit. I know the steroids, but
Yeah.
still, he had the numbers.
And
and your
again,
steroid guys.
Posada should be in. Posada should be
By
in.
the way,
too.
Andrew Jones, age 30 to 35, 214 hitter those years.
What's that?
Andrew Jones from age 30 to 35 hit 214.
I know.
So
yep.
I don't know if you
But
remember
you're
him
going
as
for your career.
Yep.
yeah.
and
Well,
what-
he was saying how
And
bad
then
he was.
go
after
your
30.
Brian Kenny. Give me his best 7 years.
Yeah, that was
Thank you, Dominic.
His best 7 years. My God, he's a center fielder at a big ballpark hitting bombs.
434 home runs, Towny. 434.
I went from age 21 to 28. It's a 48.9 WAR. Hit 271, 278 home runs, and an 856 OPS.
playing center field, as good as anyone's ever played.
Yep, absolutely.
What
do you got?
I have two hot takes.
Yeah.
One is my real hot take. My funny hot take is, so they did the umpire auditing on Cuzzy last night in
Yeah.
Philadelphia
Yeah,
and Boston. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Where he missed 22 calls. He was brutal, and people were talking about the ABS. My hot take is the minute baseball, however they implement ABS, however they do it, whether it's the challenge system or however they do it, my hot take is Johnny Doskow will be all for it the minute Major League Baseball implements it. Johnny D will not take on Major League Baseball and talk against ABS when it is implemented. That is my hot take.
All right, we'll see.
Because you are against it.
I am. And I will
That's
stick
good
with
stuff,
that.
Towny.
You are against it.
I will stick with it.
I'm
You
saying
think
the
I'm gonna
minute
sell out?
Major
You think-
League Baseball says we are in, Johnny D's going to go, give it to me. That's my hot take. You will be all
calling
in.
me a sellout. Wow.
You'll be
right.
all in.
Hey, we'll see. Hey, we're going to play this back. I can't wait.
Yeah,
Mark the tape.
Mark the tape, because you're
Yep.
going to have to go, Manfred, you're wrong. Baseball, you're wrong. Will you stand on that high
Yes,
horse?
I will. Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
Yes,
you will
I will.
cave.
No, I won't.
You will be a caveman, and you will cave.
Nope.
All right, here is, I'm from the South.
Yep, you are. Yep.
Yes, I'm very Southern.
Yep.
My Miami Marlins. are the hottest team on the road. They're Road Warriors. They have outscored their opponents 70-45 during their franchise record 10-game road winning streak. They haven't lost a road game in nearly a month. These young Marlins are growing up. They don't care about your payroll. They don't care about, we need to have a salary cap. They're not crying in South Florida, baby. They're tanning on South Beach. And they're winning on the road.
Clayton McCullough was the guy to bring in the lead to charge.
Here we go.
So what do you got?
My Miami Marlins will be in the playoffs, and they will get a wild card spot. They're 7.5 games back right now of that final wild card. Yeah. They're going to reel your Giants in. They're going to reel everybody in, and my fish will be in the postseason. Book it.
My fish. All right, man. That'll be good. Okay.
So my 2 today is the minute ABS is in and Rob Manfred rubber stamps it, Johnny D will be in, and my fish will be in the postseason. That is my hot take.
I could see it now, Johnny. Where it's going to come through, and Johnny's going to go, well, Towny, I've always been a big fan of the ABS system.
You're like, play the tape. Play the tape.
Oh, Johnny is going to be sponsored by ABS.
No chance. No shot. My fish.
I cannot wait.
I love it.
And technically, he is from the South. San Diego is
I know.
South.
No, he's from the South. I know. I don't argue it.
I would. San Diego probably is about as south as like Tampa, maybe. Miami's a little bit more southern than me. That's a little bit more southern.
Yeah, your fish.
But hey, that's for San Diego's southern. We're from the South.
How many people do you know go my fish? I know the Marlins had that many fans. So I mean, you're speaking for every Marlin.
Hey,
you're speaking for all 10 Marlin fans.
I go back to all the great Marlins.
It's gonna be you and Marlins, man.
Jeff Conine.
Conine the Barbarian.
Oh man.
Well,
Five tools time.
What was the old knuckleballer?
Oh,
Charlie Huff.
Charlie Huff. Yeah. Do you remember the first ever Marlins game? It was Charlie Huff against the Dodgers. Hershiser was throwing for the Dodgers. I'll never forget. It was on ESPN. So they panned to the bullpen. There's Hershiser doing his thing. Then they panned to over the Marlins dugout. And Charlie Huff was putting down the cigarette as he was running up in the bullpen.
At the heater. Oh, I love it.
What was that, 91?
No, their first
93?
93.
Yeah, 93, yeah.
Oh, no, I was in college watching that. I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Was it 93 or 95? 93,
93,
right? 93, yeah.
I was in college. Was anything better than the old man smoking the cigarette, the heart dart right as he's warming up to pitch the opening day?
So good.
When men were men.
Right?
These guys aren't men out here today.
Get the heater out there.
Jim Leland has got spikes on. I miss the good old days. Wow, I was wrong. San Diego's the same latitude as Southern Georgia.
Your fish, though.
Southern Georgia's still the South.
All right, we got to go.
What? I was having so much fun.
Yeah, me too.
So, Johnny D, yours is?
Mine is
Andrew Jones gets to the Hall of Fame next year.
Yep.
Yours is in like 8 to 10 years, Manny Machado gets 3,000 hits. Jesus. I apologize, folks. Zack Gelof is next right here on A's Cast.
A's All-Star Jacob Wilson joined Towny on A's Cast Live to talk about being named the starting shortstop for the American League in this year's All-Star game in Atlanta.
Can't even describe it. They're just, it's everything you've ever wanted as a baseball player, to be able to hear those words. And, a countless amount of thank yous that, go out to the teammates, coaches, the people that you have in your corner on a daily basis. And it was a crazy day for me. And, super grateful, super thankful for this year so far. And, just being able to, really excited to take it in the second half.
You can watch the full interview at youtube.com/athletics or listen at athletics.com/A'sCast.
When it comes to knocking it out of the park, nobody beats Folsom Lake Ford. Folsom Lake Ford is a 7-time Triple Crown Award winner, Ford Motor Company's highest honor, for being the best in customer satisfaction in sales, service, and finance. Step up to the plate for our biggest selection of new Ford models, including the legendary F-150, on sale now. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters in the Folsom Auto Mall. FolsomLakeFord.com.
That ball is out of here.
For just $25, fans can sit in the general admission outfield grass for all regular season home games.
Tickets for that day's game will open up daily at 9 a.m. for purchase at athletics.com/lawn. Sign up to receive A's alerts to receive a text the first morning of each home series as a reminder. For more information, visit athletics.com/lawn. Athletics manager Mark Kotze joined Towny for his weekly segment to share his reaction to Jacob Wilson being named the American League's starting shortstop for the All-Star game.
This is a high point, obviously. I think for Jacob, the accomplishment speaks for itself. To be the first, rookie shortstop by the fans voted in, that's pretty impressive. And, I think he's earned it. Obviously, the first half that he's had has been amazing. We continued to talk about, is he going to continue to be able to do this? Is he going to continue to be able to get this amount of hits? And he has. He's barreled it, and he's shown a little power, which we were all surprised about. I think he's got 9 home runs on the season so far. So, this accomplishment by Jacob, and I think it's a reflection of the group in itself, with the baseball ops group, with the all the scouts and our scouting department, and the job they did in identifying a player that they felt could, it could translate at the big league level.
You can watch the full interview at youtube.com/athletics or listen at athletics.com/A'sCast.
Streaming from West Sacramento, A's Cast Live continues with Chris Townsend.
All right, that was fun. I enjoy doing Hot Take Tuesdays.
It's a good staple on this program, especially with Johnny. And when we bring like Chris Carey, even though he's vacationing in Florida, it's fun when we do it. So I enjoy when we do it. It's a good weekly staple on this program.
Yeah, because some will come right. Well, or I should say, some will come true.
Yeah, and we always highlight the ones that do, as we do in our open.
I think my DeGrom is going to come true. By the way,
isn't he pitching tonight?
I was driving back from the Bay Area last night up here to Sacramento and listening to Mad Dog Sports. See, we are at a time of the year where sports talk people really struggle because they really don't know baseball. And when the hot talk right now, all you got is Paul Skeens going to be traded?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's all you got?
Well, if you're not a baseball person, yes. You're ESPN or...
I'm like, really? You are a diehard Pittsburgh Pirates fan. Fact or fiction?
That's a fact, yeah.
Do you think there is any way Paul Skeens is traded?
No.
Are you going Michael Jordan 99.9%? And of course,
unequivocally not true. He will not be traded.
Michael Jordan had retired. It was 99.9%, and then he became a Washington Wizard.
I do not think they trade Paul Skeens this season.
No chance.
No chance.
No chance.
Just like I don't think Ono Cruz has no chance to win the home run derby.
So you think that there's no chance that if somebody came, Mike Rizzo came, and now out of a job, Mike Rizzo, if you were given
it could be the next Pirates GM.
Juan Soto-like deal, the Padres gave them, a ton of guys: Mackenzie Gore, Wood, the C.J. Abrams,
Susana, Robert Hassel.
So if you got a deal like the Soto trade, would you take it?
I think I would, yeah. Now, will they do it? I don't think anyone's going to offer him that, but I think that the teams that ESPN listed were the Dodgers, Detroit, and maybe,
do the Dodgers have enough?
I mean, they always have prospects. They like Dalton Rushing, the catcher, but I think they had Detroit being the team that could acquire them because they have the prospects. They have a couple guys in the top 50 that they could trade, and Detroit doesn't really need another starting pitcher. But if you can get Paul Skeens, sure. I don't think he's getting traded. So just like they had Ronald Acuna could get traded.
So that's why I think my DeGrom.
Oh, yeah.
Will come true. I think DeGrom. By the way, if you're looking at the Texas Rangers right now, I was just doing it because I knew we were going to talk about Atlanta versus the Athletics and started to look at some of our old. Marcus Semien is really struggling. It's a little bit of power there, but he is not having a good year.
No.
Corey Seager is not having a good year.
Maybe we can get into this later on, but there was a good question on MLB Now before we get to Zack Gelof. Which of the free agent 2021 shortstops would you like to have going forward? It was like Seager, Baez.
Oh my, Correa. They're all bad.
Yeah, they're all bad.
All the deals are bad. Well, yeah, I saw that. It was Seager, Baez, Correa. Who was the other? Oh, Trevor Story.
Story, yeah.
Who has never been healthy in Boston.
And he doesn't play shortstop anyway.
Do you?
Well, he does Baez. He's my center fielder.
The amount of money we pay a bunch of these players and you get zero return on investment is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's sickening. It is really sickening, the amount of money. Guys, and I love people. Look how much the owners are making. Whatever. People are starving in this world, and there's baseball players making $30 million, and they can't play.
Yeah.
Makes me want to puke. It's gross. It absolutely is gross. Do I need to get to Zack Gelof?
We got to get to Gelof and Crosby because we're going to run out of time.
Bobby Crosby and Zack Gelof. First off, we'll start with the Athletics second baseman. Here is Zack Gelof. Joining us here on A's Cast, Zack Gelof is back, and it is great to see you. How are you?
Great. Yeah, I get to play baseball today, so it's an awesome feeling.
and you truly mean it, too, not being sarcastic. It's like wonderful just to be back.
No, I mean, obviously you go out there to win, compete, but, like, I miss competing so much. I mean, I missed half the season. And it wasn't like I was expecting to miss half the season. It was supposed to be 4 to 6 weeks and back on the field, so it definitely hit hard at times.
Yeah, it's one thing when you deal with an injury, but then you have a setback while you're rehabbing. How tough is that, not only just from the physical standpoint, but from the mental standpoint?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, coming back from hamate surgery, it's pretty much 4 to 6 weeks, and then return to play, it's pretty simple. And then coming back, I have a random stress reaction in my rib. Like, it's not a normal injury to have. I feel like it's better than oblique, but still it's weird. And mentally it was exhausting. And I feel like the only thing keeping me present, I think, was just the people around me. I had a really good support group, and then just focusing on daily, what can I do to get better that day? As cheesy as it sounds, that's like the only way to go about it.
Well, then you think about kind of going back into spring training mode, and you really don't have that long a time before they're going to reactivate you and get you back here. So what has that process been like? Because it seems like it's been really fast.
Yeah, it's felt like forever. Honestly, I know it was only like around 2 weeks being in AAA, but I've trusted the front office, the coaching staff, and the training staff here. They put me on a really good plan, and I was kind of telling them, hey, I wanted to come back by Tampa. Like, I'm ready to go. I feel good, but to get those extra like 4 days or whatever, and then 2 games of action was really big for me. So I think it was just trusting the plan that they had for me and believing in it, trusting it, and then going out there and just doing what I do and just competing.
It's so interesting, but it is true. Sometimes we have to protect the athletes from themselves.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's exactly – I mean, Shulman has to do that. Last year was oblique, and I ended up only playing like 2 games, and I was back, and it's probably a little bit too soon. No, I mean, I trust in them. They're some of the best in the business. So just trusting them, believing them, and then obviously now I get to just go out there and play.
So how do you feel overall right now?
I feel really good. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. My swing feels great. Physicality, I feel great. I just want to go out there and just have fun and be able to post up every day.
Well, one thing that I've highlighted here and on all the shows is no matter what happens offensively, your defense right out of the gate has already shown just the athleticism, your ability to move laterally. Just, how do you feel defensively getting back into this thing?
Yeah. It's huge. Seeing what Denzel has done out there, being able to change the game defensively every night is huge. And I feel like I brought that a little bit last year, but it's something that I want to take it to the next level this year. Obviously, I only have a half of a year to prove that, but just something I'm working with Emar every day, and then trying to just go out there and just get to every ball possible.
We've been talking with all the young guys about the young crew. You're part of that young crew. Since you're away, you're watching them. Give us some observations of what you've seen as Lawrence Butler continues to get better. Jacob Wilson, for God's sakes, is starting the All-Star game. Denzel Clark is doing things that we've never seen before. Tyler Soderstrom has gotten out to left field. And then now this guy, Nick Kurtz, this mountain of a man at first base. So just give us some of the observations you've seen as you've sat out and watched these guys.
Yeah, so, I mean, I am, I guess, in the young crew, but I think the cutoff is 25. So I think this is my last half year of it. So I'm kind of enjoying the youth right now, be part of that youth. But no, it was awesome to watch. Obviously want to be out there with the guys, but seeing everyone that's been young, and then also like I'm not trying to leave out the veterans too that we have around us, because they're doing a great job. And I feel like we're we say young crew, but I'm like part of the one crew, like just trying to be a part of the whole team. But to see the guys, I mean, you got Kurtz, who is like absolutely hitting bombs and BP on the field in the game. And then Willie, it seems like when the pitch is coming in, he's looking where the fielders are at and he just hits the line drive wherever they're not. It's absolutely insane. Making some good plays defensively. And then, countless other guys making contributions.
Because we've talked a lot about, in the last couple of series now, we saw the Matt Chapman, Matt Olson, and we'll see Marcus Semien. And that used to be the group that you thought were going forward. But we're now with this young group that we see now, we're like, wow, you have to be excited. I mean, with all the talent that this club has right now, I know it's not the year that the club would want to have at 37 and 55 right now, but talk about the excitement in that clubhouse of what you see now and for the future.
Yeah, it's really exciting to be a part of. We've got a lot of talent, and it's just a great group of guys in the clubhouse. I mean, whoever's just hitting it and went dead center is having a lot of fun. I hear them screaming. So I think that's just a constant energy that we try to feed off of each other and just go out there and have a blast winning games.
Talk about the mentality in the clubhouse, because, when I say 37, 50, 55, there was a lot of expectations out of spring training. I know this is not the year you guys thought you were going to have, but talk about what the mentality is like there and how you guys still believe in this season.
Yeah. I mean, Kotz talks to us every day about it. I mean, we got to go out there and just win games and win the game today. We're still young, but I feel like we're getting better, even, with the win and loss. But we go out there and we try to compete with, the best of the best. So, I mean, as the season, it's not going the way we wanted it so far, but I feel like there's still time to turn it around. And I think it starts with just today. And then when we get to tomorrow, we're in about tomorrow. But I think today we just got to go out there and win. And that's what he strives to talk to us about.
All right. I know this is not an easy question, but I always ask it to people who have been out because, when you are out, yes, your mind is about trying to get healthy. You're trying to return. You want to get your body right. But mentally, you need to also grow. So what do you think you learned, whether it's about yourself, it's about the game, it's about the team, what you want to improve on? What do you think you learned while you were out?
I guess selfishly, I think from the outside looking in, I was just trying to see, what can I add to this team when I do come back? And when I'm recovering, try not to be like a Debbie Downer, always trying to bring positive energy even when I'm not on the field. So kind of hiding it from the guys. And then knowing when I come back, what can I add to the team to help win? So that's what I was always looking for. I feel like, I can add defense, base running, just positive energy. And then obviously offensively too. So that's what I was looking forward to, and bringing what I have to the team and then trying to just, build off other guys and just trying to, keep this thing going.
That is the perfect answer. You've got a puzzle. You're trying to figure out you as a piece where you fit in that puzzle to make the puzzle better.
Right.
That's a really good answer because that's, because everybody, it is a tough thing not to be, as you said, a Debbie Downer. And that actually is a little bit of a skill there, and it's a little self-awareness, knowing that when you're back here, because I saw you're working out, and I could tell you weren't happy. Yeah. Or you're not happy. That is something that you do have to realize, and that's part about being, when people say about leading by example, that's kind of leading by example, is like understanding, hey, I'm not happy, but I can't show everybody else because you want to be a positive light to your teammates.
Yeah, and at the same time, I think it's also owning, me being out, it was terrible. I mean, it hurt. Not just physically, but mentally, because the goal of what I want to do, and I've done since I could walk, is play baseball and just compete at the highest level. So I'd be lying if I said I was just okay. But like I said, I had a good support group around me, and I feel like I still needed to bring positive energy when I was in the dugout, in the cages, whatever it was, to still help what I can,
And now back on defense, you've got to learn Jacob Wilson. You got to learn Nick Kurtz. You got to learn Max Muncy at third, right? This is all new to you.
Yeah, 100%.
Is it tough?
Oh, no. Everyone around me is really good. I mean, I think, Kurtz, Willie, Muncy, Shu, Weicho, Urshela, we got a really good group, and they're all very good with the glove. I feel like the throws are always where I want it, so there's really not much of a learning curve there. I think the biggest thing is probably just the range. I think having Wilson there versus Shu, and knowing maybe one guy's going to their right versus left, where they're positioned at. I think, and then when I'm out there trying to just get to everything.
All right, what was the number one thing when you got back that you went, yes?
Stepping in the box, really. I mean, I love. I guess, were you asking about rehab or kind of just coming back?
No,
to
coming back.
leagues?
When you came back here and you're back at the big leagues, what was the number one thing you're back that you just went, yes? What was the number one thing?
I mean, as little as it is, I think going out there and being in uniform and throwing and stretching for the anthem was huge, because I usually just walk to the dugout and do the anthem down there, or sometimes I wouldn't make it out in time for the anthem. So I think just being part of the group and standing next to, a bunch of my best friends for the national anthem, thinking about our country, and then obviously getting to compete, I think that was the big thing for me.
Well, I'm going to say it. My favorite player's back. I'm happy. I've missed you.
Yeah, I miss you too, man. I'm
we haven't been able to, because we can't have you on the show when you're on the IL. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're not allowed. I can't ask for it.
Yeah, because you'd ask questions and I'd have to
and
give answers.
Because I had no idea. I had to look up what the stress reaction, because no one really knew what that. Did you have to look it up? Like, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, I had stress going on for sure coming back, but I was like, I didn't know how it got to my rib. So like, I had no clue.
It's great to have you back.
Yeah.
Give them hell.
Oh yeah. Appreciate it.
Joining us here on A's Cast Live, he's one of our all-time favorites, and I know you, the fans, absolutely love him. Bobby Crosby is with us. It has been a while. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So here we are, another year for you on the big league staff. It's been obviously a transition from when you were managing to now being on the staff, but over the past year or so, how's it been for you?
It's been great. I'd never coached outfield before in my life. I only played a few innings there, and the base running thing was a little bit new, last year, but I feel like I got a good grasp on it, and I get to talk to other guys about other things of the game as far as infield stuff and pitchers, and the stuff I learned as a manager, I get to implement as, being the outfield coach and base running coach, I get to implement that as well. So it's been great.
Well, yeah, obviously when you're down there managing, you're in charge of everything, right?
Yeah.
So you're constantly focusing on everything. How much has this kind of helped you going forward in your career, that you're doing something that you hadn't done before?
It's good. It's good to be able to know every kind of facet of the game. There's so many, and there's so many little things when you're just a shortstop, as a player. That's all I was. And I was an infielder, and I didn't realize all the different little small things that go into the outfield, or little small things that go into base running. And then as a manager, I got to learn the small things about pitching and calling the game, and when to pick over and things like that. So it helped me managing. And then now being an outfield coach, I've learned just other facets. So it's, there's so much about this game that's beautiful, and so many different little small things. So the more you can be, well-versed in everything, the better.
Yeah, and I'm sure you can pretty much say the same thing about learning now all this time being as the first base coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's knowing different pitchers, knowing what catchers want to pick over. It's looking for different things and different tips on what a pitcher is doing on their times. If a guy comes set and goes to the plate right away, we can cheat a little bit there and take a good jump. It's knowing if pitchers have a great move. I will not allow our guys to get picked off by a lefty at any point. You can mark it at any point if they're not stealing. If the guy's coming over and he has a normal leg kick, you got to watch his arm go forward. So yeah, there's different things that I look for. It's it's not a ton, but the things I feel are important, we're working on.
Well, something that's always so important is communication, and we've seen that a couple times this year where the infielders and the outfielders have a communication problem. How much you work on that with them? And obviously, to me, it's always the outfielders. It's your ball to call off these guys. You got some young infielders who are obviously very aggressive. What has that process been like?
Yeah, it's just talking to the guys. You can practice all you want. You can shoot balls up, and they can go and have great communication. But once you get into a game, and them understanding that the infielders are going out until you call them off, and it is 100% their job to call them off if they think they can get it. And we've had a few hiccups with it, but Denzel is obviously phenomenal. Lawrence is busting it in, and they just gotta sometimes be better with their communication. And Sodi, who hasn't played outfield a lot, I think he's done a phenomenal job. So, it's not something you could practice, but it's something you can talk to the guys about and go, hey, we have to be really good. If you're coming in, you can get it, get that shortstop or second baseman out of there.
What exactly do you say to Denzel Clark?
Nothing. Other than I taught him how to be fast.
Jump higher?
Yeah, I taught him how to be fast. I taught him how to climb a wall. They're not. I don't do anything. No, I mean, he's I knew it in the minor leagues, and he's showing it here. You go out and play, kid. I try to, I set the outfielders positioning up, and I try to be really good at that. But after that, be Dens. I mean, he's just so good and so athletic, and I don't tell him anything, to be honest.
We've tried to come up with a comp. I can't. I mean, you're talking about a kid who's 6'4", who's 220. He's got a skill set of a track star playing center field. That's why my comp for him is Randy Moss. Yeah. I mean, trying to think, because in baseball, it's just unbelievable. What you've seen. I mean, does anything surprise you? You saw it in the minor leagues. You're seeing it now. Does anything surprise you?
No. I mean, I said, and it was a bold statement when I said it, that he's the best athlete I've ever seen on a field before. Now, I was never on the same field as Bo Jackson or some of these other guys, but from all the time I played and coaching, I've not seen a better athlete. He does things that you've never seen before. And what we've seen so far, I think we're not done by any means. I mean, it's
crazy.
He does stuff. And like when he made that play in Anaheim, everyone's like, I kind of seen it in Midland. I've seen it before. Yeah. I mean, he does stuff that it's just like, now he robs a homer. We just go, oh, Den's just made another great play. I mean, the balls he's running down, going into the wall fearless, everything he does, it's like, it's not normal. It's not normal. He's not a normal person. He's just phenomenal.
If he could just hit a little bit, right? And he's starting to do that. But I'm like, if he could hit 230, 240, or what do you think he has to do for us to not even think about it? No brainer. He's going to be in the big leagues for a long time.
If he hits 220, for me, I mean, you never want to say enough. You'd love him to hit more. But if he could get the on-base percentage up and he can put the ball in play more, I mean, he'll play as long as he wants to play. He's such a game changer in center field that you have to put him out there. I mean, we've seen how many runs he's saved so far, and it's incredible. So it's really glaring, I guess, when he's not out there. You almost expect it now, and you expect a guy to hit a ball into center field anywhere, and the guy's going to run it down. But people can't be Dens. So if he can hit 220 and put up some power numbers, like he's already hit some home runs, and the speed's incredible. He should be out there every day.
I know this has been big for Tyler Soderstrom to have you as his coach, because you understand the mentality of, you had to get him going at first base. Now you need to get him going in outfield. If a guy was just an outfield coach and never been in the infield, I don't know if he'd know his mentality. You understand his mentality. Talk about the conversations and how you've helped with that transition him to left.
Yeah, it's just knowing Sodi as a person. And we've developed a relationship for a long time now. And if you would have told Sodi 3 or 4 years ago, hey, we're going to send you out to the outfield, he would have maybe moped or been upset about it. And that's not the case. I mean, as soon as we said, hey, we'd like you to go out there, he's like, okay, cool. And he's like, and he can't wait for somebody to run on him. He can't wait to go work and shag fly balls. He just has such a mature mindset now that he didn't have 3 or 4 years ago. So, I mean, we work on the basic outfield things. We talk about his throwing, keeping it low. But in my eyes, it's really not easy, but it's an easier transition for an infielder to go out to the outfield than vice versa. So he's such a good athlete, and the way he throws and the way he attacks the ball and the way he runs after fly balls, he's a good athlete. So you just give him the small little things on, we got to hit our cut. We got to keep it low. We got to know what base to throw to. But all that stuff, he's such a good baseball mind. He already understands that. So it's been an easy transition in my eyes, and he's only going to get better and better. It's just going to be reps.
Obviously, being the rookie of the year was a big part of your career. And now we got two guys who are basically the favorites right now. Nick Kurtz is creeping up, but Jacob Wilson obviously is the big-time favorite. Just watching him every day, watching him offensively, defensively, it's a position you care so much about. You are a terrific shortstop. What do you see with Jacob Wilson when you get to watch him every day? Because you didn't manage him in the minors.
No, I didn't. I wasn't fortunate enough to do that. But hitting-wise, he has a wand. I mean, if you throw him away, he's going to hit it away. You throw him in, he's going to hit in. He can see where the defense is at, and he has such good hand-eye and barrel skills that he's going to find a way to put it where they're not. It's not a luck thing when he hits it and they're not standing there. He knows what he's doing with the bat. So to watch him hit every day and hear him talk at first, I saw that hole open, that's why I hit it there. After he hits a home run, yeah, I mean, I knew he was going to hang this. So he has an idea, and he's a smart hitter. Defensively, he has all the actions. We've really talked to him about his first step. That's going to be big for him. He's not the fastest guy in the world. I mean, it's no secret. So he has to be really good at his first step. And being a big shortstop like I was, you have to read swings. You have to know the hitter. You have to be able to see, okay, this guy's lunging out this way. I got to start moving that way as soon as he does that. Those are little things that are going to make him better and better as time goes on as a shortstop. and he's not there yet, but he's getting there. I mean, from when he came up last year to where he's at now, as far as his first step and his reactions and the mind of a shortstop, which is everything, he's gotten a lot better. So he's only going to keep getting better at shortstop.
All right, when you're over there at the first base coaching box, you get a unique angle, and you're seeing where the pitches are. Do you ever just laugh sometimes? Because some of these balls he hits are they're not strikes, and he's barreling it up, and he's in it for base hits. Do you ever just chuckle to yourself?
Yeah, and the first baseman does too. I mean, we all have a chuckle when he gets over there. It's like, how do you do it? And it's just like, I mean, you hear veteran first baseman tell him, like, dude, you're legit, man, you're good. It's kind of, it has to be cool for him. It's cool for me because I love the kid. I love hearing guys dote on him and tell him how good of a player he is, because he deserves it and he's earned it. But yeah, I mean, just to foul some of the balls off, he fouls off. It's impressive. I mean, it's not that easy to hit in the big leagues, and he's making it look like just another day in college ball or high school ball, and to be able to touch the balls he does, let alone get hits on him, it's impressive.
Before you got to this staff, we have David Force on about every 2 weeks for the GM report, and I asked him about you, and he told a story, and I don't know if it was Max Muncy or it's one of the guys who's on this team now. The front office was asking, who are your favorite guys to play with down there? And they brought up you. But wait a minute, you're not the player, you're the manager. And it speaks to the relationship you've had with a lot of these players inside this organization, whether they've made the big league club or not. But obviously we focus on the guys who have made it here. I do believe you will be a manager in Major League Baseball not too far from now. You have those skills. They're unique skills. Some of them remind me a lot of Bob Melvin, the ability to communicate. So with everything you're doing, let's just talk about, like, how bad do you want to manage at the big league level?
I would love to. That's something that I think will come with time. I love what I'm doing now. I get to learn from Kotz and the way Kotz deals with players and the way they respect him and how they, when he talks, they listen, and he develops relationships with them, which I love to do in the minor leagues. That would be something that I would love to do in the future. Right now I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing, and I love being on Kotz's staff.
Yeah.
But in the future, I would love to manage a team.
Have a wonderful All-Star break, and we'll see you in the second half.
All right, Towny.
The great Bobby Crosby joined us right here on A's Cast.
Looking to stay up to date on all things A's? Head over to athletics.com/A'sCast. That's athletics.com/A'sCast to listen to A's baseball in full 24/7 coverage of the A's, only on A's Cast. With a single click, you can stream great shows, live pre- and post-game coverage, and of course, all the great action of the A's this season. Head to athletics.com/A'sCast today.
This has been a presentation of the